one is a little bit more big picture, and everyone's wondering, well, Steve, why is price going up? Is this mean this is the beginning of the bull market? What's going on? Here's why. Yesterday's video, we showed you a potential on the weekly for a Dragonfly Doji. However, many of my students emailed in. We printed this candle on a 3-day chart last night. So this is the 3-day chart, Bitcoin USD on Binance. You know, this recent drop was very hectic throughout the world. It put a lot of people into a massive amount of fear. However, let's talk about these couple candles over this 6-day period. And we just started this candle last night, which we'll get to in a moment. However, we bottomed out at that 3,700, which we had called about 4 months ago. If we break 6.4, that's a level that we would go to right away. And that's exactly what happened, especially after breaking that 21-week moving average. But look at this long wick. Look at this long wick. What does that mean? Because there's 2 long wicks here, and we're going to get to what this candle is. Do you know what this candle is that we just printed last night? Both of these long wicks mean there's a lot of buying pressure. Remember, the bodies of the candles tell the facts, and the wicks tell the story. A lot of indicators you see on the charts will only use the opening and closing prices, and they won't bother with the wicks, but the wicks tell the story that, hey, there's a lot of pressure pushing us up. And then we entered into this candle, which is a Dragonfly Doji. We printed this last night. This is a trend reversal candle, oftentimes found at the bottom of a downtrend, signaling a reversal in the trend. This is a 3-day chart, meaning if we saw this on the weekly, it's significantly more powerful. If we saw it on the monthly, it's major. It's on a 3-day. Something to be excited about. Obviously, we see a bounce today. No surprise. After this candle, this is a given. A ton of my students emailed in about this. I'm happy for my students. But the question is, well, how high can we go? And what should we do right now? Whenever you see a downtrend, whether significant or not, it doesn't matter, and you see a bounce, especially a bounce with long wicks, what I want you to do is, what direction are we always looking? We're always looking left. When you look left, I want you to look at the previous move. And what I want you to do is identify the low of the previous move. And we can identify the low here. The reason we do that is oftentimes when we have a significant downward movement and we see a bounce to the upside, we see some wicks coming in, the first thing I want you to identify is the low of the previous move. Oftentimes that will be where we're met with some resistance, and that is our first major test. So what does it put us at? 6.4, a level we've talked about for the better part of a year and a half. 6.4 is the most significant level in the short term for Bitcoin. So 6.4, we're going to have to see how we interact with 6.4. If you see a close above 6.4, for example, on this 3-day, okay, we can talk about being a little bit more excited. However, we still need to change the trend. The trend is at this 10.5K. Once we get above that, we can truly be excited, because it'll be very likely we go directly to 14. Until then, we can't get very excited. We have to stay level-headed. I know this is an emotional time. You may be on lockdown. This may be stressful, but I want you to always hear my voice of staying level-headed in your regular life, and especially in trading, because emotion is a money killer. We can get a little excited about this going up, but we shouldn't, because we haven't yet dealt with 6.4, and we're not even close to changing the trend, and we've been in a downtrend for over 270 days. Those are the facts in the charts. So until we reverse the trend, we can't get excited yet.